Hey, it's Josie with Affirmation Pod. This is where you can come receive self-love affirmations to boost your mental health. A warm hello to new listeners. Hello again to returning listeners. Thanks for joining me here on the last episode of 2022. And this year, I'm keeping my promise to myself that I publicly shared last year, which is that I won't have a bonus episode on the podcast. I'm not talking about the bonus episodes that premium access members get. I mean the ones I've published here for the last couple years. The promise is that I can put my feet up, relax, chill. I'm not always good at the chilling part, but I have my blanket and a couple of good books waiting for me. Now, I know everyone feels differently about the new year, but if you're someone who is fired up and ready to start a new chapter, you can go to last year's bonus episode, which published 1/1/22. Episode 389 called Starting a New Chapter in Your Life. That's the episode that published 1/1/22, Starting a New Chapter in Your Life. I also published a couple years ago, and this has been very popular because I've been getting messages since then, birthday affirmations. So 1/1/21 is where you can go to on your birthday to listen to birthday affirmations just for you. That one is episode 318, but if it's easier to remember, 1/1/21, that's when it published. Also known as episode 318, Birthday Affirmations. Now, today's episode is called Emotional Boundaries. Those who've requested this episode have just discovered what they are and also discovered the need for them in their lives. So this is I guess what you would call a starter episode for emotional boundaries. With this episode of Affirmation Pod, as with all episodes of Affirmation Pod, in listening, you're taking full responsibility for your health and well-being. This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. As you start the new year and getting a fresh start, you may be contemplating making changes in your life on the professional front, on the personal front, or both. You may be looking at your inner world and sorting out what you want to keep, what you want to get rid of, and new qualities, characteristics, and skills that you want to build for yourself. I'm there too, and that's why I'll be continuing to see my BetterHelp therapist in the new year. She's helping me see and understand what is working for me, what isn't working for me, and what I can do about it, especially in those situations and roles that I play where I feel like I have no choice. As the world's largest therapy service, BetterHelp has matched over 3 million people with professionally licensed and vetted therapists, available 100% online, plus it's affordable. You just fill out a brief questionnaire to match with the therapist. If things aren't clicking, you can easily switch to a new therapist at any time. It couldn't be simpler. No waiting rooms, no traffic, no endless searching for the right therapist. Learn more and save 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/affirmation. That's betterhelp, HELP.com/affirmation. Thank you, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this episode today. And now let's settle in, take a deep, soothing breath. Here's affirmations for emotional boundaries. I have good reason to get fired up. I know who shows up for me, and I know who doesn't. I've learned lessons. I've relearned lessons. I've missed a few lessons. And right here, today, I'm drawing my emotional boundaries. I'm giving myself a new safe zone because I've suffered. I've suffered unfairly. I've tried and been disappointed. And I'm watching out for myself now. I see where I need to plant more emotional boundaries. When emotional traps are set to get me, I'm stepping aside now. I am bypassing each one. I am living a new way now. On this path, I've set emotional boundaries. I'm emotionally separating. I'm emotionally detaching. I am emotionally debonding. I'm setting boundaries to help myself, to protect myself, and to love myself on an emotional level. I am building the skill because I'm totally worth it. I'm worth the safety and protection this gives. Every day I get better at holding emotional boundaries. I make sure I identify and steer clear of negative emotional entanglements. I am emotionally tough. I am emotionally strong. I am emotionally powerful. I set emotional boundaries. I maintain my emotional boundaries. I am the keeper of my emotional boundaries. I protect my mind. I protect my space. I protect my relationship with myself. I live with clear, strong emotional boundaries. This helps me. This benefits me. This guides me. With each new day, I continue to set and keep my emotional boundaries because my health is worth it, because my peace is worth it, because I am worth it. Setting boundaries on an emotional level is worth it for your health and your well-being. If you need more episodes on boundaries, they are listed in the show notes of this episode. I also want to mention, as we're starting off the new year, and of course, we're all about self-care here, that I have my free worksheet on self-care. You can get it by going to affirmationpod.com/selfcare. Again, it's free. It's a one sheet, which makes it super easy to reference whenever you need self-care throughout this year. Again, you can pick it up by going to affirmationpod.com/selfcare. If you'd prefer the Affirmation Pod episodes with no ads and no announcements, that's available for Premium Access members. Premium Access members also get bonus episodes that you won't hear on this podcast. Many are appreciating the recent one called I'm Having a Moment, which was a request for listening to during the dark lows of life. Find out more about Premium Access or join by going to affirmationpod.com/join. That's affirmationpod.com/join. Hey, it's Josie here. Thanks for listening today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and feel free to play another episode right now.